Hi guys, welcome back to Geezer Grills. Today we are doing a leg of lamb. Woohoo! What we're going to do is I'm going to trim this thing up, take some of this fat cap off here, and then I am going to debone it, and then I'm going to butterfly it, and then I'm going to make up a nice marinade with some rosemary, some coriander, some garlic, some cumin, some salt, black pepper, a bit of olive oil, and then I'm going to stick that in the fridge for about 4 or 5 hours. And then I am going to set the El Comando Joe up to about 250. We're going to smoke her. And then once she's about 5 degrees away from where I want her to be, I'm going to take her out. And then I'm going to ramp the flames up and we're going to do a reverse sear. Fingers crossed it turns out all right. So stage one, we're going to need to, first of all, take some of this fat away. Let's have a little trim up, as they say. Let's have a little trim up. Yeah. So if you're a lover of fat, I keep saying it, I know I do, but if you're a lover of fat, leave it on. Mate, lean mean, fighter machine. Well, I won't go that fucking far, let's be honest. I'm getting a bit old for that game. Anyway, now this is the second lamb dish I've done this week. I'm starting to get right into it. So I'm going to have a nice day today if this carries on. I am going to fast forward this, guys, because this could take me a fucking while at this rate. Now, you can always ask your butcher to do this, apparently, but I never do. I actually quite enjoy it, to be honest with you. Sometimes it teaches you a few things, doesn't it, when you do it yourself. Right, that's a little bit of a trim up there. Let's debone the old girl. What's the right way, the wrong way to do this? Don't have a clue. We're just going to try and get that bone out of there. Let's find that line. There it is there. Let's see if we can just follow the line of that bone. Get underneath it now. We're just about there, I think. I think we can get under. That's under. Ah, hello, Fred. Right. Now let's have a little trim up in here. Well, there's a nice bit of cartilage in there. That's got to fucking go. The bone is out. Now let's try and make this as flat as we can, because it ain't gonna be the fucking slowest cook in the world, I don't think. Take a little bit of that fat out in the middle there as well. We are just about there, guys. That's about as butterfly as I think we're going to get it, guys. Alright, bit of a funny shape, but you know, it might look pretty when it's on the grill. You know what I mean? Let's get that little bit out there. You see how fussy I am with the fat that... Alright, make that look pretty. Right, take that last little bit, look, fucking keep going back to it, take a little bit more. Right, come on, stop. That's enough now. Here we go. Right, there you go, guys. Looks like a bit of a fucking eagle, do you know what I mean? Or the letter T, whichever way you want to go, T for Tyler. Right, here we go. So, actually, I'm saying that, I'm sorry, I'm back again. There's a fucking big chunk in there, that's got to come out there. It's got to come out there. That's it. Right, next stage, guys. We're going to make ourselves up a nice marinade to go on there so we can get this thing in the fridge, say 4 or 5 hours. So, what we're going to use, let's clean that crap out of the way. Let's give the old hands a bit of a wash. The old cover on that. Okie dokie. For the marinade, guys. Olive oil. I'd say there's probably about 1/4 cup in there. We are going to use a bit of coriander, or a bit of zesty coriander, as this one is called, apparently. We've got to make up enough to cover that, to cover the whole thing, basically. So I'm thinking about a handful, and all I'm going to do is literally just chop it up. It ain't rocket science. I do love the smell of coriander, though. I'll tell you, as I was saying to you, I didn't say to you, I said in the last video actually that I went to Amsterdam the other weekend. I've got to say, I'm fucking impressed. You know what I mean? It ain't all just about the sex and the drugs and all that malarkey. You know, that is a beautiful place to go. It's beautiful bars, you know what I mean? Everywhere you go is a fucking canal. You know what I mean? So there's always something to look at. And even nice little squares. Oh, you know what? Couldn't fault the place. Really, really enjoyed it. Anyway, coriander. In she goes. That in there, like that, like that, like that, like that. Right, next. Rosemary. Okay. Put that in there. There. Don't want no. They're a bit much to try and chop up, guys. So I'll take these bits off. And then same again, guys. Chop it up. been on maternity ward, that many stalks in there. Right, bit of rosemary. In there. Then, garlic. Couple of cloves, give or take. Cracked black pepper. I do like a bit of cracked black pepper. Bit of sea salt. And then, actually a little bit more now. Then what we're going to do is a little bit of cumin. Sounds a bit weird, but trust me, give it a go. Just a little sprinkle. That's it. And then we're going to just make ourselves that lovely little paste. I'm getting into these spit that out again, son. I'm getting into these fresh herbs as opposed to dry herbs. I'm actually, you really do notice the difference. I'm not saying to use them all the time, you know what I mean? But, you know, if you've got the time, which I have, fortunately, then, you know, if you can try and use them, because I guarantee you, it's enough to make a fucking difference on taste profiles, that's for sure. Right, simple. That is literally it. Hopefully, that should be enough to do both sides. But we shall soon find out. So, don't worry about tidying it up just yet, just in case I've got to make up some more. And what we're going to do is transfer that onto there. That's that on there, that's that on there. And then, literally, smear this on. Lovely. And then give her a flip. We want to get both sides. That's it. Get in there. In there. Want not waste not, guys. Let's get it all. Lovely. Just about got enough, I think. Worked out perfect. And that is as far as the marinade is going to go, guys. We're literally going to leave that in the fridge, say, for about 4 or 5 hours, until later on tonight, when we cook this bad boy up. Let's say, quick recap. Coriander, rosemary, garlic, salt, black pepper, a little bit of cumin. Who's fuming? Cumin. That's it. Let's get this thing in the fridge. I'll see you in about 4 or 5 hours. Hi guys. Well, the lamb is still marinating, but what I'm going to do in the meantime is I'm going to make up a mint sauce as a little dip. Because I'll be totally honest with you, I eat mint sauce with everything. I'll have it with I'll have it with chicken, I'll have it with lamb, I'll have it with beef. I like it on my roast potatoes. All right, real simple. Okie dokie. I like fresh mint. It's the only way you can do it, really. But we don't want any of the stalks. All we want is the leaves, okay? So you're going to have to pick them off. There's nothing you can do about it. This is real simple. And it's nice to make it up beforehand, because it is better, well, I personally find it better if you leave it sitting in the fridge for a while as well. It just lets all the vinegar and the sugar soak into it, because that is literally all it is, vinegar and sugar. Now, we are going to be using a white wine vinegar. You can use whatever you like. You could use malt vinegar or just white vinegar. But as I say, for me, I personally like using white wine vinegar. It's personal taste. It's a lot sharper, admittedly. But with that big chunk of lamb that we've got marinated, woo-wee! Should be good, guys. Should be good. Well, fingers crossed, anyway. Otherwise, a lot of work for fuck all. The thing with all these sort of things is you don't end up getting to use it all. So you end up throwing. I do throw a lot of this shit away. Unfortunately, there's not a lot I can do about it, because you're making so many different dishes and you don't need it all. People say, "Why don't you get yourself a herb garden?" I say, "Fucking herb garden, fucking hell, fuck me." Got no chance of keeping her garden alive. Pop round the shop, pick them up, jobs are good. Alright, how are we doing? It's hard to stop once you get going. Fucking hell. How much do you leave behind? Don't leave nobody behind for that. Right, okay. And then we've got to chop it up fine, guys. There's nothing you can do about it, it just takes time. Ooh. Now, once you've sort of half chopped it, like so, just to make life a little bit easier. Alright, then what you got to do, and that sounds a bit stupid, but you've got to add the sugar while you're chopping. What's that? Spoon of sugar? Alright, and then while you're chopping the sugar into it. There we go. We've got to get this fine. Takes a bit of time, guys, but I promise you, it is worth it. And as I'm cutting this, I can feel all that sugar getting stuck all around the leaves. Do you know what I mean? It's a good way of doing it, cutting it while the sugar's there as well. This is going to go lovely with that fucking lamb we got marinating though. It is going to be fucking lovely. Especially with all them other herbs you got on there as well. Ooh, getting excited. It does help to have a sharp knife. I just sharpened mine up yesterday, so I've got to be a bit careful. I might lose a fucking finger. See, where the moisture's coming out of these leaves, I can feel it sticking to all that sugar, so it's absorbing it all in. Because when we add the vinegar, we want all that sugar to dissolve. So it's already getting the juices of these mint leaves already. So it's got a bit of an head start. That is us. Then all we're going to do is simply pop all that in a bowl. Get that all off the old pinkies. In there. Alright. There we go. Okay. That's it. That on there. Pop that over here. Let's give the old pinkies a wash. Simple as this, guys. All we're going to do is add, I'm using white wine vinegar. You can use malt vinegar, just white vinegar, whatever you like. This is one of my personal favourites. Little drop like that. As much or as little as you want. All you've got to imagine is you've got to be able to spread it. Alright? Give it a mix up. You've got to get that sugar to dissolve. Okay, that is key. It's going to be sharp. That's why it is nice to leave it in the fridge for an hour or so. 20 minutes I probably do, but look at that. Look at that. Now, all that sugar has completely dissolved. And that is what we're looking for, guys. Okay, let's have a little taste test. Oh, that is, oh, fucking hell, that's not. It's sharp, guys. Oh my God. That is fucking handsome. Literally such a simple dish. Fresh mint, granulated sugar, white wine vinegar, optional, could use malt. And the other advantage of white wine vinegar, is what I find, is you look at it, it don't look so brown and dirty, do you know what I mean? So when you present that to someone, it looks a lot nicer. My own opinion, but I mean, each their own and all that. Try both. Try the malt vinegar, try the white wine vinegar, and try white vinegar. I've tried them all, and this is the one I prefer the most. But that is it, guys. That is going in the fridge, and I'm going to cover it up, and that's going in the fridge, ready for our lamb later on this evening. I shall see you then. Welcome back. It's been 5 hours. The sun is shining. It is beautiful here. She has been marinating in the fridge for all that time. We are setting the big boy Commando Joe up to 250 here because we're going to smoke her to start her off with. We're going to be using their slow roller scheme, which is meant to give you more smoke. So, bottom line is I'm going to stick a probe in this. I'm going to look to put it in the fattest part, which I think is about here. Oh, actually, no, do you know what? I'm going to go a bit more like that, I think. And then what we're going to do is literally we're going to pick her up, we're going to slap her on the grates. The first things first is chuck in some smoking wood. I'm using a bit of apple today. I'll be totally honest with you, I normally just buy one big box of something and then use it up, and once that's all gone I buy something else and I try it out this way. So I have got a big box of apple, hence we're using a big box of apple. That can go on there. on these slow rollers, I do just wrap them in a bit of cling film there, a bit of foil. It just protects them, makes them easier to clean, do you know what I mean? So, like I said, bit of smoking wood, straight in the middle there. Put that back on, and that back on there. Then, I do like to give the grates a little bit of 1-cal, stop the old stickage. And that is pretty much it. Then we're just going to pick this bad boy up and we're going to slap her on. Okay. Oh, and the smoke is starting already. Lay her out. That is literally it. We're going to monitor to about 125. When she hits that, I'm going to bring her out and then we're going to whack the flames up and we're going to reverse sear her. Fingers crossed she turns out lovely. Okay guys, we've got about 14 minutes left according to the probe. Let's have a little look. She's looking lovely. Starting to get a bit of smoky colour on there. Looking lovely jubbly. Right, I think this is going to be a lovely piece of meat, guys. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. All right guys, let's have another quick look. We've got about 7 minutes left, and I think what I'm going to do, and I'll pick this bad boy up, yeah, and I'm going to give her a flip. Ooh, smells bloody lovely, I'm not going to lie to you. Oh, that is looking good guys, nearly there, nearly there. Right guys, we've hit where we want to be. Ooh, that looks fucking handsome. Here's the plan. We're going to take this off. Lovely. Put that straight on there. Okay. Then, and get some flame going. Let's take that off and out of the way. There we go. Lovely. We're going to open the air all the way up. And let's get some flame. I'll tell you what we're going to do. Let's drop this down, that one down a bit closer to that flame. Same with that one. And we are just about there. Let's get them flames going. Right guys, these flames are coming up lovely. So what we're going to do, we're going to pick this bad boy up and go straight in the middle. And then we're going to use that to bring up our last little bit of temp that we're missing. It's only about 5 degrees. Gonna get a lovely sear on both sides. Smells absolutely beautiful. Old Bo Peep would be proud of that little fella, I tell you. That is looking lovely. Can you hear that sizzle? Ooh, look at that. That's exactly what we're looking for. Look at that. Oh, I think that was a leg of lamb. You know what I mean? Looks like a bit of steak, doesn't it? Don't want to go too mad, don't want to kill her. But, let's have a little look. Oh, and then we go for the flip. Look at that. Alright. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Nice little char on there as well. Still plenty of board juice in there. How we doing? Get this a flip round that way. She seems to be a bit hot on that side, isn't she? Stick her over there. Get that last bit. Oh, this should hopefully be a very tasty bit of lamb. There we go. So all we're looking for is just a very quick sear. Render some of that fat. I think that's us. Don't want to kill up. Now we're looking under there. Just about there, guys. Okie dokie. She's ready. She's coming off. Oh, what's she looking like inside there? One more little flip. Just one more. There's always one more in you. There's always one more in you. Do like a bit of char. There we go. How are we looking? That's it. She's done. She is done. Let's bring her off. Put her on there. And let's get ready to rest. Okie dokie. Time to let her rest. Right guys, we are rested. Where to cut it? That's a very good question. I'm thinking I'm going to go right across there. It's time to have a look. Ooh. Well, I'm not being funny guys, but I think that's fucking bang on. Let's cut up a few pieces here. Piece over there. Let's turn this round. Try and get this in the angle. Try and get this in the camera angle. Do is make up a little plate. Ooh. That is so tender, guys. I am putting next to no pressure on this knife. Let's bring these pieces over. Lay them on there. Like so. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of our homemade mint sauce. Can't beat a bit of mint sauce, guys. And now for the taste test. I'm going to go for that bit right in the end. Oh, God. Oh! I should have saved that for a Sunday lunch. That is absolutely beautiful. Yeah, I do have one criticism. I think I'll put a bit more salt on that. But other than that, that is absolutely beautiful. That mint sauce works really well. I might even knock some potatoes out in a minute and make a little roast dinner. Honestly, guys, if someone put that in front of me, I wouldn't be upset. Just remember, don't forget to push all the fucking buttons, and I'll see you next time.